So in this video, I'm gonna sleeve my photo cards and store them. And while I'm going through the sleeving, I'm probably gonna rant a little bit. So I'll just start with sleeving. I have them kind of separated into piles. I'll start with Hannah. I'm just getting my dragon shield sleeves. All right, so first thing I want to talk about is 17. So I don't ult 17. I know only like a couple of their songs, like the really big title tracks, and I love the 8. And I know him from seeing like some videos of him like breakdancing randomly on stage and stuff like that. I like dancers, so I really like the 8, but that's basically all I know. And obviously, I had just seen Stray Kids do Lollapalooza in Chicago. And so when I heard that 17 were gonna do like headline Lolla for Berlin, I was like, oh, that's sick. And I saw they uploaded the whole stream onto YouTube. So I was like, oh, why don't I just like check it out? So I was primarily watching like to see the 8, right? But like I don't really know anyone else's names besides the 8, Mingyu and Scoops, and I definitely don't really know their faces. So it starts off with Super, which is a song I know and a song I really love. It's on my playlist. And I they killed it. First of all, they just killed it. Just in general, they did so freaking good. But also like besides how good they did, like I guess I'll preface by saying I also watched Ateez's Coachella stream and I thought they did incredible. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but like I'm a really big fan of Ateez as well. Uh, I don't necessarily consider myself a teeny, but I am a fan. And when I saw Ateez at Coachella, I cried watching their performance because I was just so proud. Like they did such a great job. So when I was watching 17, like I don't even know all the members' names, so I thought, oh, this would be chill, right? I also cried like hysterically. um, yeah, it was the part. I mean, they start off with Super, right, which is a song I know, but that part, where the 8 has his time to shine, it's like they all part for the 8 to come out, and the crowd goes wild. I busted out in tears. I was just so weirdly emotional. Like proud of the 8, but also just like proud of them being in Berlin and still getting like all of these huge cheers from fans. Like, I don't know. It's always emotional seeing a group like do really well in front of foreigners because like uh the market's like a little tougher. Like it's a little tougher to have foreign fans. They can't really understand all the lyrics and all this stuff. But yeah, it just filled me with pride. I was very proud. And I watched a lot of their songs from that Lollapalooza set, and they just killed it. Like their main singers, there's like, or at least two that were sticking out to me. I'm sure there's more. There's one kind of tall one and one shorter one. I really don't know their names, but they were killing it. Every time they would hit their notes, I would be like in awe, like, wow, their voices are incredible. They're so stable. And then there's like a fluffy haired one who's blonde. I think he's the one who just got enlisted to the military. I don't know his name, but like every time the camera would pan to him, I'd be like, whoa, like his aura is so cool, so like weirdly calm. So he was standing out to me. Mingyu, I had seen him before, but like because I'm not really that familiar with his face, like I was just like, oh, who's that guy with the shades? Because like one of the performances, he was really standing out to me when he was wearing shades, and I was like, oh, it's Mingyu. Okay, that's who that is. I mean, his aura is it's fantastic. He has such a cool like way of dancing. Like he's really cool. And then obviously the 8 was standing out to me because that's the face I recognize the most. So if I had a bias line in 17, it would be those guys that I just mentioned. Those two super sick vocalists, Fluffy Blonde, and Mingyu and the 8. But obviously, I really don't know much about them but the 8. But I think I will check out more about them. My only worry about like getting into groups that are older than 4th gen is usually because their discography is really big at this point, right? So it's like, it's really a time commitment to go back and check out someone's discography like this. So I I don't want to commit to doing it for 17, but I will just say I appreciate 17's talents. I can see how super incredible they are at performing. They got me hyped, and I don't even know. I only know like four of their songs. So yeah, they did incredible. That was the first thing I wanted to talk about. Next, camera shaking because I got nervous. But basically, I was watching a video about a girl going to the Ateez concert in the US. I think it was in New York or New Jersey or something. And she was at the 18 zone. I don't know if they call it the 18 zone, but like for stray kids, they call it the stay zone, where you have a membership and they give you special photo cards and gifts and stuff. So she was there and she had gotten a couple cards, and one of them was Jungho. And she was trying to trade Jungho for one of her other biases, and she said she was getting a really negative reception from people she was trying to trade with. And that really pissed me off. And it pissed her off too. But it's like, Jungho is my bias, along with Mingi and Ateez. And obviously, Jungho, I know that he is the least biased in Ateez, which to me as like a more casual fan is really surprising because Jungho's vocal is so clear. Like on an Ateez song, I saw some like discourse recently about how people find it hard to identify who an Ateez is singing. Like when they're hearing their songs, they find it hard to, separate whose voice is whose. But obviously Jungho's voice is incredibly clear. Everyone can always point out Jungho's voice. And I don't know, I feel like with a voice like that, I'm really surprised that he's so unpopular. Along with that, like, and this gets into my Stray Kids bias and my ult, which is Ian. Look, he's right here as I say that. But like, I like that serious, but extremely cute archetype. Like, Jungin's the exact same way, where they're extremely serious boys, but they're so cute that it's sometimes hard to take them serious, So Jungho's very similar to that. I know everyone obviously has different types that they like, especially for like idols, right? Because it's not necessarily like people you're attracted to. It's like idols that you want to follow, that you want to know more about. But yeah, it just makes me sad that he's not as biased. And it also makes me sad, like, the behavior of the fans, like, that she got kind of a rude reception just trying to trade him. And it reminds me of the same thing has kind of happened to me. So I went to Barnes & Noble to buy a copy of Maxident to try to get that, like, Han Maxident Barnes & Noble exclusive where he has that bouquet of flowers. I'll point it out as I'm flipping through my collection. But in buying that album, the worker at Barnes & Noble, she was like, oh, who's your bias in Stray Kids? So I told her it's Ian, and she gives me kind of a look. And she's like, oh, really? And I'm sitting here like, am I going to have to square up at Barnes & Noble? Like, I didn't want to have to do that. I just wanted my album. But it's not like she was not trying to be that rude about it, but she was just genuinely surprised, right? But obviously, when you ult someone, like, you feel very passionately about them. I keep bumping it because of nerds. But you feel passionately about them, so it's like when people don't see the same thing you see in them, it can feel kind of personal. But obviously, I know it's not personal, and that she's just genuinely surprised. And it would make sense because I know he's least biased. So, of course, people would be surprised by that, right? But it really rubbed me the wrong way. And then I asked her, who's your bias? And she said, oh, I don't really listen to Stray Kids, but I like Felix. And I'm like, okay, Felix is obviously one of our stan attractors. So it makes sense that she would like, one of the really popular members. And good, he's doing his job. Someone who doesn't like Stray Kids, but still knows Felix's name and likes him. But yeah, it just kind of feels bad, like, to bias the least biased member. Most of us, or at least for me, we all like underdog stories, right? So it's not like I'm biasing Ian just because he's least biased. But it does feel like there's like an actual tangible, like, it's just kind of sad sometimes. Like, you're buying photo cards, you're looking for the cheapest price. Obviously, you want to find that. And then when you see that, oh, the cheapest price is the Ian cards, like, it just feels a little like, okay, people are thinking that this is the less valuable card, that kind of stuff. uh, yeah, so it just sucks in that way. And I just also, there has to be a least biased of a group though. Like I understand everyone can't like everyone equally. Um, and you can't really force someone to like someone. It's about what you like. But for Ian and Jungho, I think they're both super talented. I think they're both very unique. Ian, I'd say he has an incredibly unique visual, which is one of the reasons why I really like him, right? His visual, but also he has a unique aura. Like I already mentioned, he's super serious, right? He said he can sometimes be very cynical, but also he's so cute, like so effervescent. I feel he would be great one on one, but I know that his aura is not an aura that like would maybe attract a lot of people. Like if you're in a big crowd and they're all walking by, maybe you wouldn't notice Ian, but I think one on one you would notice this man and appreciate him. So I guess it's just all about what you're looking for, but yeah, sometimes it can be frustrating to bias the least biased. And then kind of into that, but more like as an international fan. So for me, I'm in the US, but I got into K-pop pretty late, like later. So I'm sure people who are like from the West, who have been in K-pop for a while, have already gotten over this feeling. But for me, it's a new feeling, and it's basically like I'm finding a lot of Korean YouTubers who have been like going to Stray Kids' most recent concert, 8, and I'm looking at their vlog footage just to see like, oh, how the concert was, how they prepared for it, all this stuff. And they're speaking in Korean, so I just can't understand them. But it's still fun to see them like all, do that with their photo cards around like all the food that they have, like swipe all their freebies and stuff. Like that's fun, even if I can't understand what they're saying. So as I'm watching this, and watching their concert experience, I just kind of realized like, whoa, the only way to be like a really mega fan is to do it in Korea, right? Like you can go to so many birthday cafes, you can go to all the pop-up cafes that are actually like thrown by JYP. You can go to the Korean concert, you can go to the Stay Zone, which I told you they don't really have a Stay Zone when they do concerts out west or outside of Korea. And you can also just be a part of the, like, seeing them perform at, like, M Countdown and all that stuff. You get to go to all of those things, the fan meetings, all that. It feels like that's, like, if you're a really big fan, it feels like that's the only way to, like, do it in a way that would, I think, be the most satisfying, right? And when I say satisfying, it's like these people, because they go to all these events and they get, like, they're constantly getting fan signs. And I heard something interesting about fan signs. I heard there's like basically a racket going on where the same girls are getting fan signs because they all buy a bunch of albums as a group, and then they give out, you may have to pay for it, but they give out like who's speaking at the fan sign. So they just basically decide within their group, and that way like they can control who gets the fan sign, which is super interesting. I don't know if it's true, but it does make sense, because how did the same people get a video call like all the time, right? But anyway, it feels like their constant efforts, like you can see them pay off. Like here as an international fan, I can do everything within my power, like voting, streaming, watching all the performances, like doing all that. But still, I would never really be acknowledged, like by Stray Kids in a way that these Korean fans are. Like when I saw their concert footage, the boys are looking directly at them. This is not me being delusional. They're literally looking directly at them. They're saying hi. I saw a video call that Sumin had with someone, and he said, "Oh, I saw you at the concert. I threw some water at you." And I'm sitting here like, oh my God. Not only does he remember her, but he purposely interacted with her by throwing some water on her. Like, I was so jealous. Like, damn it. That's so cool that she got that interaction. And it would never be me. It really would never be me. And along with that, I saw a video of this girl who I know is Hyunjin bias. She goes to like so many of his events, and I've been watching her for a while. And at the concert, Hyunjin, he was doing his thing, walking through like Jesus, having all the girls touch him and stuff. And he stops in front of a particular stay, and like stands up on a platform in front of the barricade, she was the stay that he stopped in front of. I saw multiple angles of this and I was sitting here like, oh my God, she's finally being acknowledged. Like, wow, that was crazy to me. Because I never really thought, like, I don't know. I know that the boys obviously know. Sorry, I'm getting my Titan Shield sleeves for these Ateez cards because they go into a separate binder. But I know the boys know these long-term fans, and they've already said that they do know them, right? But the interactions that they get, it's like, damn. I could never even dream of that. But yes, those are the things that were on my mind. As I go into the storing portion, I'll just kind of talk more about the actual cards. But I wanted to get those off my chest. And now I'm realizing too, I should have put these in Ultra Pro sleeves because they're Polaroids. So let me do that. But while I'm switching these, since I realize I fucked up, I will say quickly, like back to why Ian is my bias. Stray Kids have had Rolling Stone UK interviews recently, and the interviewer has been really great. He's been like kind of giving like quick snippets of his thoughts about each guy, how their dynamic is within the group. And he said something interesting, which is that Ian is kind of as serious as Chan. They both have like similar characteristics, and it's true. Because Chan is also obviously very serious. He's the leader. He has to interact with JYP a lot. He formed this group. So he's a very serious guy, right? And now Ian and Chan live together. But it's like, Chan is not my bias. And it's weird because even though they have similar personalities, right? I feel like there's just something about Ian that makes him stand out to me. I know I sound like a mega fan, but it's like, I don't know. Anyone who has an ult will understand, right? Like, you just feel like there's something special about your ult that can't be replicated. And that's definitely how I feel about Ian. And speaking of least biased as well, my boy Changbin, who I already mentioned, like I saw him at the concert when I saw Lollapalooza, and his visual standed out to me the most. Like, I'm not one to bias someone just for visual, but because his visual stuck out to me, I feel like I've been paying more attention to him when I look at Stray Kids content. And he's trying to get into my bias line right now. I just keep looking at him. I'm like falling for him. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. I don't have the room in my bias line. I already have 4. I cannot bias 5 out of 8. That's ridiculous. So I'm trying to hold strong, but yeah, I just really love him right now. Like, everything he does, I'm finding it like so cute. I feel like I'm noticing him more than I ever have. But okay, now that I have all the sleeves on, let me get to the storing. All right, I'll start with what I have the least of, which is these 2 lucky draws for Ateez that I got in person at Hello 82, the new store that just opened up in Atlanta. So I'm gonna go all the way to the back. I actually don't have any Ateez cards right now. These are my very first 2 like ever Ateez cards. I hope I get more. But because I don't have any, and I kind of have a section with like Baby Monster, which I was gifted as a freebie, I'm gonna put them here, and I will most likely start a new Ateez page if I get any more cards. But right now, I don't anticipate getting that much more. So I feel like it's okay to put them in this binder, which is kind of like my extras binder. I would love to collect Ateez, especially since I told you I have Jungkook and Mingi as a bias, but I think that would be the beginning of the end for me. Like, their cards are so cute and so cohesive, which is such a switch up from Stray Kids. So I think I would never go back if I did that, so I'm not gonna do that. Next, okay. So this is my Hannah Bang collection. I'll do hers next, since she's the next smallest. I got 2 new cards for her. Okay, this one is from Perfect Blues. You see how she's doing the same pose in each? Very similar to Chan, her brother. Always relying on those poses, huh? But I think this pose is very cute for her. But yeah, I'm making some pretty good progress, I would say, on my Hannah collection. I also just recently got her like signed version of the CD for Perfect Blues. I'm super stoked to have that. If I do like an album collection tour, then you'll see it there. But it's just nice to, that's my first ever signed item, the signed Hannah Bahng thing. So yeah, I'm happy to have that. And this is from the Abysmal. It's my first Abysmal card. So hopefully I'll have more. I also have this CD, but it's not signed. Let me do a quick flip through. These first three are from Perfect Blues. So cute. And then the Abysmal. Yes, can't wait to grow this collection. So cute. All right, and next is my Polaroids. This is like the binder I'm probably most passionate about. I just feel like it's so cute. Like the overall vibe of it just makes me really happy. But I had a super hard time figuring out the time for this. So this is IMU Unveil, which is like my oldest Polaroids. Now I recently got, let me just grab my stack. Okay, this is an order from like oldest. Let me just kind of put this back because I wasn't a stay during any of this, right? So it was very hard for me to know what's what. This Lino card, look at that. Holy moly. I can't freaking believe it, dude. This is my prized possession. He looks so cute. This is from High Stay. Obviously like a bajillion years ago. God, I don't even know what else I will collect for this because it's all based on if I can get my hands on any other cards. I would love to have all of High Stay. There's like so many of them in balloons and like fun costumes. But yeah, who knows what I will actually get. I'm just gonna put some fillers in. Here, let me put them in Ultra Pro sleeves too. But yeah, as I get my hands on these, then I'll fill up this page. But for right now, I don't think I'll get my hand on most of these just because of the price. Like this Lino, it was $55 on Mercari US, which I thought was a good deal. I've only seen these like for 75 plus, so that 55, I was like, yo, what a bargain. But obviously I don't have 75 plus money to be just, you know, spending by all this. So yes, it will just be like this for the time being. And usually with these like spreads, I like to get a full page of similar concept. So I think I will obviously try to do that for High Stay. Next, this is from District 9, this Hunjin card. Look at how cute. There we go. So these printed signatures, I mean, that Minho is also a printed signature. Shit's expensive, right? All these from the past are expensive. So I'm also gonna try to do a full page of this. These collections are gonna take a long ass time. This is like a passion project right now because it will be really hard to get my hands on any of those. But I wanna at least try. And then if it doesn't work out, then I can change it later. But for right now, I might as well just set up as if this might work out for me. And I use my Ultra Pro sleeves with these fillers. When I got them off Etsy, they did tell me like, hey, the size, the dimensions are not like the exact size of a sleeve, like of a photo card basically. So they don't fit, they just slide around in the sleeve if I don't put them in a, sorry, they slide around on the page if I don't put them in a sleeve. So that's what I'm doing. And then this last one, Stay in Playground. Ah! Stay in Playground, similar, there we go. Similar to Stay in London, like, these cards have really gone up in price. There was a lot of POBs for Stay in Playground. They have a lot of different interesting concepts. So again, gonna try to collect a whole set of this. I'm putting fillers just on like the one page where the card is. But I'll probably go back and put fillers, you know, on both sides. This is just for like right now. But yeah, it'll take me so long, bro. This Stay in Playground though, this POB, was only $10. Isn't that wild? Like a POB from 4+ years ago, only $10. But again, member pricing, it's because it's IN. The good and the bad thing of biasing the least biased member. But yeah, I'm trying to get as many as I can get my hands on. There's so many cute ones of Minho from this Stay in Playground. So we'll see if we can get it. And then lastly, these two are from 8. This is Changbin. Look how cute. And Ian. Changbin literally... I already said I was falling for him, right? He's getting me. Help! I need help! He's really, really getting me. It's like really bad. I'm doing a quick flip through so I can get to 8. But look at this collection. Okay. Alright, I added a new page after Maxident. My Rockstar Polaroid, since I had the full OT8 set, I just... Oh, actually, I'm getting Chan for this. I plan to get Chan. His looks really, really cute. But yeah, so I'm just gonna skip right to 8. It's not, like, I didn't plan to ever have, like, every Polaroid for every era. It's just the ones I like a lot. I really, really like these Soundwave cards. So I'm gonna get Chan and Han. Hans looks really cute for this too. And that'll be like my Soundwave 8 cards. These are Lucky Draw. And then for this page, since I like to do the spread, I also want to put 8 Polaroids here. But the Polaroids that are out right now for 8, I don't really like the other ones. They have like the 8 logo at the bottom. I feel like it looks kind of like fan-made, unofficial, in like a bad way. Like unofficial in a bad way. So I gotta think about what I'm gonna do here. And then obviously they stopped all the like 8 stuff really early on because we moved directly to Dominate Tour merch. So yeah, I have to really think about that. Alright, next is my OT8 binder. I have, I think, 2 sets for this. This is the Billboard VMA set. This is from Rockstar. I said in the last video that I love any set that is blue or green and obviously has interesting backgrounds. The VMA background was sick, dude. So I'm so glad to have this. And then this is the Everline set from 8. And I'll talk more about that Everline set. Actually, I'm going to put that away first. So let me flip over to right behind the Boom version, which I still want first because it's the cutest. And I'll put a new page here. Okay, so this Everline set, I'm sure everyone has seen like the Apple Music set from 8 and the Nemo set from 8. I feel like both are lacking. The Apple Music set is so cute, but the background is like, it's like a white wall, right? So that can be cute sometimes, but the fact that they had this cool ass set piece and they put it in the Everline set but not the Apple Music set, I don't know why. I feel like this set looks sick because of how cool the background looks. So I'm very happy to have this. And then the Nemo set, it's also in this concept, but it's like actual concept photos. And obviously a lot of people are torn on concept. I don't personally like the Nemo set. 2 of them are like horizontal while everyone else is vertical. Like I feel like it's just lazy and weird that they did that. And even though I bought the Nemo set last time, I didn't buy either this time because I really didn't like the designs of both. But this Everline set I felt like was the best of both worlds, so I just decided to buy this one. I got this on Mercari US for $60 for the whole set. So it was really, really cheap for a pop set for me especially. And yeah, I just love the backgrounds. Like this looks so cool. And this card is, I feel the star of the set. Look how good Hyunjin looks. Wow. The like grill, the little thing on his ear. This set looks so freaking cool. I'm excited to make a filler for this for sure. And then next, so that Billboard set is Rockstar. Guess I can flip through while I'm going there. Okay, Ultra Milk. Alright, Rockstar. I'm gonna look at what the backs of this look like to see which set they would look best with. Okay, Ultra Milk looks good with this set, so I won't change it. I won't change this because of the blue and white. Alright, this one already has pink backs, so I think that looks good with that. And then, yep, that looks fine to me. So I'm gonna add a page here. Okay. And then this Billboard set, so Speaking of like Billboard Music Awards, there's been a lot of talk of the VMAs recently because Lisa just performed Rockstar and New Woman. Both songs I really like. I'm kind of confused about what people want from Lisa's solo music. Like, I'd assume we all want just like fun music that would be easy for her to perform, right? So she could perform well. And I feel like that's what those songs are. And they're really experimental for Lisa. Like Blackpink, as far as New Woman goes, has never ever tried that kind of sound. So it's so weird to me how much like kind of backlash it's getting. Like the song itself, I know a lot of people were divided about if it was a good song or not, but also the performance. I don't really understand that. I thought she did great. I definitely didn't think it was the worst performance of the night, but I wasn't there in person, so who knows. And then this Hunjin, I've tried to find him. I could not, like, the cheapest was $33 or something on Pokemarket. So I'm waiting for the price to go down. Let's see if it does. Alright, and now we have my very last binder. Okay, my last binder is my A5 binder. So the smallest one, but the biggest stack of cards. This binder, I like to just get kind of experimental with it. So you'll see. I'm making some pages that are not just all like pages that are from the same set. So I do have finally the units for this. Again, I'm not overspending anymore for regular album stuff. Like I did enough of that in the beginning of my photocard journey. I refuse to do it now. So because of that, I'm like waiting till things get really, really cheap on Pokemarket, which can take a long time. So I'm just going extremely slow with my collection now. I'm really don't want to overspend anymore. It's really silly. And look at that. It's nice to see the whole boom page done. I'm glad this is opening up my binder. Next, so this cane page. This is from the Chick Chick version. Sorry, I'm just looking through my cards to see. Here we go. I have two more of those cane ones. Nice. This Ian card, like, obviously I've been talking about him this whole video, but geez Louise, look at that. Look at that. Oh wow, yep. That's my favorite pose that he does. Even though it's such a common one, but like this specific angle of his face and the winking, those cards are always my favorite ones of his. And then Seungmin, his hair looks really incredible like this. The last one I want to get for this is Bahng. I think he looks so handsome in that card. And then this page I also have some for. But yeah, the Bahng is really expensive still on Poca, so I'm just waiting. Alright, so I did get Han's Limited and then Seungmin's letter version. I wanted like a Min Sung across from each other, so that's why I did that. I feel like their poses look nice together too. And then this Chan card is one of my favorites from this whole era. Same with this Seungmin card. And I feel like they look good across from each other because their faces are in the same angle. There we go for that. That looks good. Alright, next. I think I have some stuff for... Oh, so this is also for 8. Let me just get all these cards out. And I'm going to have to add some new pages. Alright, so this is the Aladdin set. Quickly look at the back. Let's see where we should add this. So bright concept, darker concepts. Okay, yep, we'll add it here. This Aladdin set, I I really liked it. Like, again, I really like this kind of casual concept. And Ian's doing the same pose I'm talking about. This link, it's a killer every time, dude. Every time. I literally bought this set because Ian's card influenced me to buy it. But yeah, the whole set, like, the members were slightly in different places in front of this, like, background. Yeah, you can see it. So I couldn't get every member, but here we go. But I'm happy with the choices I made for this one. I feel like it looks really cute. And then Hunjin. I also like the casualness of the hoodies and this casual clothes. I think that's a cute set. Let me just see if, yeah, those backs look nice. Okay, cool. All right, and then I have one more. This is a combination of With Mew and Music Plant. If you've seen this Music Plant set, these boys look so good, but they're the only two in the daytime. Everyone else is at night. So I said, no, I'm not gonna do that. So I only got the two in the day. And then Lino and Felix from this With Mew set look incredible. It's literally the best lighting. Like, have you ever seen a card that was so high quality? That's crazy. And obviously they're in the day and in a similar kind of looking set. So I was like, yeah, let me put them together. So the backs look like that. I will add them here. Should have just added that page here too. Because this back is so neutral, and then these cards are just, you know, black with the canes, right? So I feel like it could go with any concept. All right. So Ian is here. Felix is here. So I will get this Lino. Right now he's actually like $13 or something on Pokemarket. So my next storing video, you'll most likely see that Lino. And then this Suman. All right, cool. And that's how the backs look. That looks really nice. Okay, so now we have a bunch of older cards. This is In Life, Ordinary, No Easy. All right, so let's do a flip through to get to those, and then we'll add some pages. I'm definitely gonna flip through fast. Oh, this is the Maxident card I was talking about when I almost squared up at Barnes & Noble. It was trying in an effort to get this card. Okay, so that Lino Hot Tracks, I've been wanting him for a long time, and he went down to like 16 on Pokemarket. Look at that! But I was like, yeah, it's finally the time. But I was so impatient that I had bought all these other cards from the same set, even knowing I wanted Lino, but thinking I could never get him. So now I gotta think about who to replace on this page. I really love this Changbin, and I really love this Ian. So it's between these two. I feel like their backgrounds all really match, right? Because of this thing in the background, and then how colorful his is. Whereas Felix's, his head is covering that thing, so it's not super hitting. So I think I'm gonna remove Felix, which is crazy because he's in my bias line, but I gotta be real. I gotta be real about the cohesion of the set. And then I need to move all these guys around. But yeah, this Lino, I always really wanted it, but thought I would never get it. Because I didn't see it anywhere on Mercari US, which is where I was looking for cards at the time. I really, really like this set. Look at that! That looks really cool. Alright, R.I.P. Felix. He's just gonna go into my other binder until I figure out what to do with him. And now we have In Life. Let's put there. easy first. Okay. Oh yeah, so I have a page for this actually. Here we go. So I was talking about this in my last video, but when I bought the View photo cards, I got these two as well. And when I got these two, I was like, well, let me just make a page because this Lino dinosaur, this is a No Easy Lucky Draw. It's that thick credit card material. There we go. I really love this dinosaur Lino. So I was very excited that I could get him and make this page. And then, oh, Ian. He just looks so cute to me in his little hat with his two ties, like so random. And I think that matches well with like the little plaid material on Jisung's little blazer, and he's wearing a hat too. So yes, No Easy, cool. All right, now we have some In Life. Originally I just wanted the red set because that's all I could pull. Like when I bought the albums, that's what I pulled. But this red double-sided set, it's so cute. But then I kept I kept staring at the gray set and I was like, yo, the front of the gray set, I don't feel like they're as good as the red set, but the backs. The backs are where it's at. Look at Lino's back. Seungmin's is what convinced me to get the set. I mean, I know these cards are so old at this point, but here we go. That's so good. So yeah, I was like, let me just buy the gray set and stop messing around. I think it will go here next to their gray uniforms, so I will add a page here. All right. And we start with Chen. And again, I just looked at the members that I wanted. This Lino I wanted really badly. And luckily I found him in a bundle with Ian on Mercari US with this Ian. So that was super lucky. I actually kind of, something about this Ian, I think it's this like weird eyeliner situation. It kind of throws me off, but I still think it's cute. Oh, that looks so good with this, especially with the silverness of their hair here. Oh, I'm too excited. Ah! That looks so good. This like kind of grayish backs with this uniform. That looks so sick. Wow, this is like one of my favorite spreads now. All right, so that is the end of my video. Actually I can stay on the spread because it's such a good one. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye.